Greetings, programs! Welcome back to CK2, and we left the country in an interesting state, or we left the game in an interesting state. We were once again in Wales at war, or at war in Wales, rather. Let's put it that way around. It makes more sense. And also, the Caption Guys, the House Caption Guy, or just House Caption Guy. Oh, it is the definite article. Oh, I'm getting so confused. They lost the English crown, and that is basically because they lost one of the civil wars they were fighting, and they've ended up with somebody from the Capetian dynasty on the throne. So that's interesting. I think the Capes and the there's no good adjective for it really, but for the House Caption Guy and House Capet have obviously intermarried at some point, and so this guy's popped out with a claim on the throne, or else he just was. I don't know how factions choose the person that, like, if there's going to be a civil war or something like that. I don't know how the game decides, like, this character is going to choose this person to fight for. I don't know if they have to have an existing claim or not. But anyway, there's still a couple of duchies held by House Caption Guy. I think, yeah, East Anglia and Bedford is where formerly Queen, did we ever settle on that? No. Canigeth, whatever, has ended up. So there are still Caption Guys around, but they have been knocked off the throne, and the McJedis are still going strong in Scotland. So yeah, that's a blow for Caption Guy, but not so much a blow for England. England continues, and that's one of the nice things about this game. That's one of the ways in which this game is compared to, say, like EQ4. If you get a particular event where you maybe have dynastic rebels trying to take over, it doesn't matter. The country sort of sails on, but because you're tied into particular dynasties in this game, losing that title, that can be a massive setback. So yeah, right. Also, we need to get some ships going because there is this minor war going in Wales. So I'll actually just quickly, how many ships do I need? That's 15, that's 21. And there. And get rid of that fleet. We'll get rid of that fleet, but we'll send up the fleet of 11 because I will also send, along with the what's the word I'm looking for? The retinues. I'll send my levies from the Western Isles down with the retinues as well. And this should be it's one province. So this should be, unlike the previous war when I was saying, oh yeah, it'll be no problem, over in no time at all. This should actually be over in no time at all. So is this... No, that's not enough ships. Somewhere had... Oh, good lord, where was it? Cumberland? Should be. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, those ships haven't arrived yet. No, in which case I am fine. I was actually... My counting was correct the first time. I just then confused myself, because that's the thing I like to do, is needlessly confuse myself. Right, also, let's make sure there are obviously good marshals here. And I could also have a quick check through just to see if there's anybody better available. And there is. Earl of Tyrone. Well, actually, he was... I mean, I would have had to reassign him anyway, actually, because we don't especially want to go to war with England just now. So we'll actually... Yeah, we'll try forging a claim down in Ireland. And get these troops sent down to Wales. Now, England may or may not declare war, because now I hold this, which is de jure a part of England. I'm probably going to end up in a war with England again at some point. But even if I lose Cumberland once again, it's funny because where was it that went back and forth? Was it Berwick upon Tweed, which was on the east coast, and that kind of went back and forth between England and Scotland for quite a long time. But in this alternate history, it's actually the West Coast. It's actually Cumberland that's going back and forth. So, yeah. Oh, well, my troops not actually on the... Oh, well done. I could have sworn I clicked the thing to actually get them... well, I did, but of course the fleet wasn't big enough at that point, I don't think. So the game will have just ignored that order. Anyway, yeah, never mind. I can do video games. It's a lie. It's a lie. So let's hope England doesn't declare war too soon, though. They're not in any hostilities with anyone at the moment. I should actually just check. Are they still allied with France? Because he's House of Capet. Yeah. No, he is allied with France. So that would be a bit of a problem. But we're only likely to lose Cumberland, so it's a tactical thing, you know. If it comes to it, we can afford to lose that one province, not least because King Yoda the Kind is a drooling imbecile who really can't do anything with any measure of competence. Yes, I know, Caption Guy, haha, very funny. But I had my I had my not even revenge, but Schadenfreude, there we go. I had my... Schadenfreude is a dish best served. I don't even know. But there we go. Yeah, I did. I got to enjoy his discomfiture at a thing going horribly wrong. So, they have a couple of troops marching in. I think we'll just directly land our troops there. I'm not quite sure why there are French troops in Wales, actually. Why are there French troops in Wales? What's going on here? Is there some kind of... I should check France. Defending against... What? I don't know why France is... Oh, wait! No, they're my ally! Oh, duh! Okay, never mind. or are they the ally of What's-Her-Face? Oh, they're the ally of What's-Her-Face. Okay, they're allies. That's why there's French armies there. They're allies. Am I allied with France? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. Yes, I am. Okay. Through marriage. That's it. I married off somebody somewhere at some point. Possibly. I don't know. I forget. But we're allied. Okay. I'm allied with France. Now, the question is, if England declared war, would France... Which side of that sort of three-way alliance would they honour? Would they go with England or would they stick with me? Well, I don't know. Personal politics comes into that a lot, actually. And I possibly could do something to improve that if my Chancellor was not doing something else. I could, however... Oh, send a gift. That's quite an expensive gift. But he's a fairly powerful king, so that's why that's an expensive gift. If I was going to send one to the Holy Roman Emperor, that would probably cost even more. No, actually less. The Holy Roman Emperor is... in terms of gift giving, apparently worth left. And yeah, okay, apparently the King of France warrants a bigger gift than the Holy Roman Emperor or the Byzantine Emperor. Okay then, I don't know how it calculates that, like personal domain size or number of vassals, or is it going off the realm size? I don't know. I don't know what mechanic is at play there. Anyway. This is a fair number of troops that's sieging this province. There's my army, there's a French army, there's also an Irish army, or did they just happen to be passing through? I think they were just passing through. So, yeah, I think we might win this fight, so actually let's just speed that up a bit. And let's not have an episode like the last one where it was 40 minutes of war in Wales and more war in Wales, and now we're still having war in Wales, but this ought to be a much shorter war in Wales. Fingers crossed. So, also I should check cash as well. Losing a little bit every month, but because I don't have all my ships, it's quite, like, ships are by far more expensive to have raised than troops, so you never want to have more ships raised than you actually need, generally speaking. It's definitely best to try and fine-tune the number of ships you need to actually transport a given number of troops, because otherwise it's just going to waste you money. Also, they are in a province which is suffering smallpox, so that's not going to be helping the amount of attrition going on there at the moment. Yeah, that's an extra 5% attrition there, so yeah. Although, as we can see, Edith, she's such a good military commander that she actually reduces the amount of attrition suffered, so it'd be even worse if Edith wasn't there. So, this is all going well so far. We've sieged Cardiff. Oh, there we go. One. Well, there we go then. Oh, well, they had a big army that turned up. Yeah, let's not get into a fight with France. Let's try and stay on their side. I might actually... I mean, I kind of want that claim to happen, but hello. Right, I've lost my steward. That's a couple of things happening at once. Duncan, why not? Okay, and he's calling me to war against Etienne of Earl Etienne's host. Accept. Okay. And this is someone else from House Capet who is looks like he's an adventurer and he's making a claim on the French crown. And for some reason he's popped up in Ireland. Maybe that's the court where he was. I don't know. It depends how many troops he's got. Oh, also, Prince Jason has had a son. Last time I went with a completely non-Jedi name, but it was still a Star Wars name. So, what's another Jedi name? I should have a list of these written out, ready for when I do videos like these, and I don't, so bear with me. I will be back in just a second. Okay, so I am going to go with Ki Adi Mundi because I can. He was the dude with the, well, one of the dudes with the... he had an unusually shaped head. We'll put it that way. But I do not judge. He was Cerealian, apparently. Yeah, I know my Star Wars lore. I don't know what's going on there. That suddenly... I don't know. Anyway, that's a French army just sitting there doing nothing. Well, if he goes over there, your army's bigger than his army. I think you can take him. Right, also, I should get rid of that. I'm doing a lot of and alsos in that sentence. Let's split off special troops. And then that is just my regular retinue. That's my retinue rather, and that was just my regular troops, so that's fine. I'm also actually going to... she's a really good commander. Let's... I'm tempted actually to put her in the province to raise my troop numbers even higher, which would be useful for war against England. But the fact is, her martial skills would also be, like, having her as a general might actually be more useful than having extra troops. I don't know. I'm actually going to quickly check the ledger. Oh, it does pause automatically. I've forgotten if it does that or not. It's quite useful that it does. And I can, there we go, independent states, sort by army size. Yeah, I don't want to get into a fight with France. 24,000. They are actually fourth, they can field the fourth biggest army at this moment. I'm actually fairly high up this list. 12.7. Where is Norway? That's good to know that Norway is quite far down compared to me, because I might still want to go after Orkney at some point. In fact, I definitely do want to go after Orkney at some point. And I am not seeing England. Are they quite far down, or have I just missed it somewhere? Oh, there we go. No, there's England. 8.9. At the moment, it's 8.9. The actual limit might be higher. I think the ledger, like, I could be wrong, but I think the ledger shows you this figure as opposed to this figure. So it shows you what they, you know, the sum total of what they can raise rather than the max theoretical possible limit. So I'm about 500 troops off my max possible limit, and I could really do with some more. So I could possibly stand to build some more infrastructure when I can. So actually, let's have a check. The one thing about EU4 that is vastly improved compared to CK2 is the side menu thing here that you can pull out, and you just get a list of everything that you can build like all the provinces that need cores and everything. You get like a build list and you can select it, and then you can see which provinces have which buildings and all that kind of thing. Whereas in CK2 you've got to flick through each holding individually. And I don't actually have enough cash for most of this right now. I could build a militia training ground in Tain, 168, but I want to hang on to, I want to have a cash reserve. Dagobah could actually build an extra fort level, which is only going to give me sort of more defensibility, but it's fairly cheap. I could go for that, but I might leave off for now. Like I said, I think a cash reserve might be more useful. I'm going to fast forward a bit here. There's not too much happening right now. We're fabricating a claim down there, hopefully at some point. This host that's attacking France, they've actually landed in France. Yeah, that's like 20k troops. I'm not taking on that. France, as we have seen, has got more than enough armies. It's just for some reason they can't figure out how to get them onto a boat. I mean, that's less than half their troops, but they're just chilling in Wales. I don't know. Maybe they've arrived in the middle of a leek festival and they really don't want to leave because there's leeks. And actually, I have to say, Wales and leeks and war have a more intimate connection than you might think they do. So yeah, there's you can look that up. That's a little interesting tidbit of history there. Oh, hello. Oh, that's very good. 50 mil tech points. So yeah, we'll fast forward a bit here, and hopefully something will happen. So we've just quickly come back in because Tanis Yoda II has reached the. He's a prince really, but he was the Tanist at one point, so he retains that title. But he has come of age, so we can get him married off. He's also possessed, which if he becomes the king, that might be interesting. Also, another thing happened, which was Magnus, the son that went off to join the Knights Templar. At least I think that was him. Oh no, that's Jedi the Third apparently. Who was Magnus? Oh, Magnus apparently was. Okay, they both were. I thought it was only one of them, but they both were apparently. He got murderized by somebody, and he was the one that was married to a princess of France, so that's possibly where I got my alliance from. So the Knights Templar still... I'm not quite sure why their landed holdings are. They've got a barony of... oh, that was right. They had a barony over here. So that's their only landed holdings is over there in Croatia, so... There we go. But yeah, we could get Yoda II actually married off, arranged marriage, and he's got a really good stewardship skill. So if we could get him married to somebody who actually has a good stewardship skill, but also a good intrigue skill at the same time. So it's a tall order, but it's not an impossible order. Here we go. This is somebody that's deceitful craven, not the best, but her marshal's a bit low, however. If you can find somebody, occasionally you'll get somebody that's got the quick or even the genius trait to try and marry, and that's always... oh, hello. You're very capable. Cynical, yeah, but look at the rest of them. No, we'll get him married to her. That's, like, never mind that it's minus 100 prestige. She's really capable. We absolutely want to get her in the bloodline. That would improve things no end. Also, France, the French armies have finally swung into action. And, okay, then, that's an Irish revolt. That's an Irish revolt with 10,000 troops. Okay, then. I am going to need to raise all of my armies. I guess we'll stand them down for now because obviously they are right next to that enemy army that would just crush them without a second thought. I'll also raise all of my other armies and just consolidate everybody in I guess Argyle. Yeah. This is not welcome. This is not good timing at all. There we go. Yes, the marriage has gone through, and I could get 200 prestige. And I'm doing alright for prestige, so we'll actually go for the cash, because the cash is pretty useful. And I might actually even be able to build something in what previously was Finlagan. A couple of videos ago, I made a serious gaffe. I got Finlagan and Castle Bay mixed up, and yeah, I facepalmed quite seriously after I realised that had happened. Well, I didn't even realise Caption Guy pointed it out, and then, yes. Oh, you're marching into Argyle. That's not what we want. Let's have them all meet up somewhere else. Yeah, no, I don't want them to just be able to bash bits of my army to pieces before it all is able to consolidate, because that'd be pretty bad. So how long is it going to take them? 7th March. They can't make the crossing particularly quickly. They're also going to leave these small numbers of troops alone, so I'm actually going to link up that army as well with those few hundred troops of my vassals. And that 2nd March, they're going to get out of there in plenty of time. I think we should be able to meet this threat with no problem. There's also a very minor rebellion going on in England at the moment. This is the Duke of Lancaster, who's only got these 2 holdings, who is rebelling against the tyranny of King Sigismund. Sigismund doesn't even sound particularly French, although he's not actually French, he's Frankish. Oh, hello! And more is happening, and they are... Wow, this is another double civil war. Technically we're allies at the moment, fighting against this host that's attacking France, but this is somebody who is, again, fighting for somebody's claim on the throne. That's interesting. Okay, so England, again, in a weakened position right now, which is good for me. A fractured England is very, very good for me indeed. I can take advantage of that potentially. But I feel like I need more of a power base in Ireland. And the thing is, somebody pointed out in the previous video that England might be looking at the minimap and feeling a bit threatened by me right now, because I've been trying to be expansionist. But if you want to survive as Scotland, you can't really just sit on your laurels. You have to actually get more territory. You actually have to do stuff. You have to expand your power base. You have to get more manpower. You have to get more cash. Because otherwise you're just not going to survive. England's going to gobble you up. And although it was definitely true in EU3, it might be in EU4 as well, where you'd get specific events as Scotland. If England attacked you as Scotland, you would get basically like bonus armies for free appearing out of the Highlands essentially. But I don't think you get anything like that in EU in CK2. I've never seen that. But that was a nice little Scotland specific feature of actually no, we'll get those troops within marching range first, of EU3 that I quite liked when playing as Scotland. But starting as Scotland in EU3 was pretty difficult. It might be a little bit easier in EU4, but I suspect in CK2 you've got more of a chance just because of the more kind of fractious personal politics going on. Right, so that's 21st May. That will arrive considerably before. They will get there about a week before, so it's going to be about the 14th of May. I want to get these troops marching in so that they arrive at the same time. In fact, I might want to get them... That didn't work. A day early. 23rd May. 21st May. No, let's reset that. I might actually want to get these troops in first, because these guys coming across are going to have a disadvantage, whereas if these troops are there and fighting first, it means that the penalties for going across the water, in theory, it shouldn't apply, but I don't know. It might do. The game might be clever enough. Right, 4th of June, and that's going to be 30th May. I can't be bothered figuring it out. 23rd. So we want them to get there. So another 2 days. 3rd June. So we want them to get there a day before. That's a keep been built in what is now Castle Jedi. Oh yeah, I renamed the dynasty. It gives the dynasty a random name because he's a bastard of this dynasty. It forms a new dynasty. So I changed the shield. And as he's a bastard son of Jedi, Jedi III, I made him Duncan III. It amused me at the time. No, I'm not going to give him his own holdings. I could do, actually. I mean, I've got that barony of Dagobah. I could do. But I don't think I'm ready to just yet. The other one I could get rid of, actually, in order to... should probably pay attention to this fight, actually. Yeah, they get a defensive bonus, but we don't get a penalty, so that actually worked out. Sometimes timing those troop movements can be really critical, so I've missed out on that penalty for crossing water, which is probably going to help me out quite a lot. Because if you get a penalty and they get a terrain bonus, that can be pretty nasty. But no, we're winning that fight quite nicely. Yeah, so like I say, I could set him up in Dagobah, but I don't really have much infrastructure there at the moment. There we go. And so it wouldn't be a massive loss. But I was gonna. My eventual plan was to give. Has he actually managed to get some kids yet? No. Like to give him the Duchy of. I could do that this episode actually. Like there is a benefit to doing it at the moment, because I'm incurring a penalty for holding over my Demence limit, and my current heir is Yoda the Second, and oh, hello, incapable. How did that happen? Mental disabilities. He's just gone completely downhill. I don't think we want him as my. How did that happen? My feet were bleeding, and there's bleeding. Is that okay? 10 piety. Stigmata, okay. Something. Yeah, I don't know. Let's. And he's still being. That's what I was going to look up. He's still the favourite, as it were. No, I'd much rather have. Oh, and his. I was going to say, much rather have Jedi the Third. His intrigue score is terrible. That's not good. Also, apparently I can... How... Is she... Did we change to... It is agnatic cognatic, but for some reason I can... Normally that means you can't necessarily select her, but now I can have her as a... Like, I can name her as a candidate. I'll be the only one backing her, so it won't happen, but that would be interesting. Prince Jason's a good fighter, but he's terrible on the economic side, and that's what you need for having more holdings. These names, though. Anakin's actually got a pretty good all-round set of stats, to be honest. I mean, his traits are terrible. I'm actually tempted to nominate Anakin as the next... Because he's nearly of age as well, because he's quick. We'll actually nominate him. But he will need more people backing him if he's got any chance. Because I only got one vote, basically. I might set Ulster up. I mean, I was going to anyway, but I might set Ulster up as a proper duchy. France seems to be winning that war, which is good. And we will just chop his head off, because he has annoyed me. And therefore, off with his head. Yeah, you hear that, Caption Guy? He's annoyed me. And therefore off with his head. So just, you know, watch your step is what I'm saying. Just be careful. Because I'm wanted in 12 star systems. That's true. Right, if he had some heirs, like who is his current heir? It's me. And he's the one that's in line to inherit Wales, I believe, also. I've probably talked about this before, that I didn't want people getting multiple duchies, but in that case it's probably not going to be that much of an issue. And it's kind of like if he does rebel and he does take the crown, it's still a McJedi, so it's fine. It's still in the dynasty. I think we might actually grant landed title. Mind you, Oriel, I've actually built stuff there. I might give him the title, but keep Oriel for myself, and then give away Dagobah. I don't know. We'll give him the... The thing is, if I give him the duchy, he's then going to be mad at me that I've got one of his titles. But he's probably already got a negative modifier, because he probably desires the Duchy of Ulster, -20. Is that going to be more or less than wants that one province? I don't know. I think we will give him the title. Because that actually ends up being more prestige for me. The number of dukes. Oh, Yoda, the second Jedi. Yeah, that didn't last long. She's still in my court though. Actually, let's get her married to somebody else ASAP, because she's super capable. She doesn't even have the quick or the genius trait. She's just like, look at that. You don't want to... She will beat you in an arm wrestling contest every time. This is Puel de Marsan, who is Occitan, apparently. Who can I marry her to? Someone of my dynasty would be good. Actually, Anakin. Let's get her married to Anakin. Yeah, she is super. She's definitely. We want her still in the dynasty. Make babies. Well, that sounds somehow kind of crude when I say it like that. Oh, sick of always being kind to everyone. Well, it is a trial. I know. The Chancellor of Northumberland has making his liege count offer of Northumberland. And once again, England is at civil war. You know what? Screw that. We're gonna send him back to Northumberland. Talking of claims and Northumberland, like the more of Northumberland I can take, the better. Somebody actually said, if you, and I hadn't quite realised this, but and how many hours I've been playing this game, and you still learn things, that if you claim all of the county titles within a duchy, for instance, you can then directly claim the duchy and get them all at once, rather than having to do that nibbling away of taking a title, a county at a time. But of course, it takes longer because you've got to claim all the county titles, and they only stay good for one character. And King Yoda's getting a bit long in tooth at the moment. He's 58 years old, so I don't know how long he's going to stay alive. Also, this is a whole bunch of pardon me, stuff happening at once. So, I think we will give Dagobah away. I mean, I know I spent a bunch of money actually making it as a barony, but the amount of holdings we have right now, maybe I should just hang on to the Duchy of Ulster myself. I mean, I know that was an eventual plan, but if he's going to become a duke anyway, I don't know. Either he'll become a duke anyway, and in which case it's probably better to give him Ulster if I'm going to give anybody Ulster, because otherwise if I give it to someone else they might fight him, or he might fight them, or no, yeah, they might fight him. Whereas if I just hold that title, like, that doesn't take me over my duchy limit. I've got 2 duchies at the moment, so it's fine. Maybe I just don't even need to bother with that. Anyway, yeah, I have to decide who I'm going to give it to. He's a possibility, but also my spy master. Having said everything I was saying about Jewish characters, it might actually be fun to give him a barony, and we'll put that to the test. We'll see if he actually converts of his own accord, or if they remain like both culturally and religiously Jewish. That would be interesting to see. I'm actually tempted to do that. And he's got a son as well. Yeah. Shall we? I think we shall. Grant landed title. Just as a, to see what happens. Experiment for science. Experiments for science are the best kind of experiments. So there we go. He is now, and because I've given him a landed title, he will now be of the dynasty of Dagobah. Baron Demi of Dagobah. Yes, he's a Dagobah. He is. He's from House Dagobah. I could customize it. I don't know if I've showed this on the actual. I mean, I did it before, earlier with Duncan McThird, as he is now, but the customization thing, this was a DLC, and it's quite nice. You can, like, change colours, and you can add emblems and styles and whatever. It's mostly the colours of this particular shield I don't like. You can also change the shield layout as well. Like, there's a whole bunch of... You can customise to your heart's content, and I think it's quite nice. Right, we want that to be either a black stripe or a white stripe. And I don't know, what colours do we want? I'll actually have a look at the ones on either side as well, because you get lots of like really simple colours, and then like that's actually quite nice. We might stick a device in the middle of that maybe. Unfortunately, you only get like 158 and it's actually higher in the later. I think they added more designs and stuff. Also, the war score for France has gone back down. That was at like 10%. I'll actually have a quick look in the periphery of probably mostly from fights. But France should be winning that, surely. Anyway, but the emblems seem to just remain like they're not really customizable. The emblems are just the color that they are, and you can't change the you can sort of change the placement by having you can see there it kind of centers it, but it'll center it on whatever part of the thing. But there just aren't very many of them, and they're not very, So the emblems, it's a nice idea, but I wish they'd put in more. So yeah, we'll change that. That looks like a nicer house shield now. House Dagobah, but we'll leave Dagobah alone because I like Dagobah. So on pause, and hopefully something will happen here. I might actually wrap up the episode here, though, having said hopefully we'll expand in Ireland, and now I've switched my gaze back to Northumberland because all of these civil wars, hello. Is this another further one? Or is it still the same two? No, there is actually another one. There's 2 claim wars, and... Oh, no, it's the same one. It's just other people have joined. Okay, that's still the war against Sigismund's host. So yeah, not the most eventful episode, but a couple of things have happened. We haven't had any more problems with England, and I've actually, again, this represents opportunities. I have, House Jedi still doing all right. I've made a couple of valuable marriages potentially, or at least one. I've restyled Duncan to be, that's obviously very important. I feel like we're doing all right. It's been a bit steady as she goes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We do need more land. We need to expand to defend against England. Like, it's one of those scenarios where the best defense is a good offense. It's having more land, it's having more troops. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it happens in this version of the game, but if I hold on to bits of England for long enough, they'll become de jure part of Scotland. But that might be later versions of the game. I'm not sure if it was in at this point of the game, because that wasn't that long ago that I discovered that was a thing either. So yeah, I don't know how long that's been in the game, but that's a nice little feature of at least possibly later versions, that you hold on to a bit of land long enough, it becomes de jure part of your kingdom, so you don't have to worry about people constantly declaring war on you for it. So there we are. This was an okay episode, I think. You can leave any comments or suggestions or whatever below, because I do enjoy reading them. Sometimes I learn stuff. You can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, and as always, stay tuned for more.